Problem two, I think this is the last of the multiple choice. And if I just read along, I'm in regions mode and I'm looking for buzzwords and I see line, they give me an equation, and there it is. It's a dilation. This is a dilation of a line. And when I have this kind of problem, there's two options. It can be about the origin, or it can be about a point. And for the regions, it will always be on the line. And the origin is a point, but it's a very special and specific point, 0.0. And if I just kind of scan through, I can see it's about the origin. This is the kind of problem that we're going to be doing. So when I dilate about the origin, the scale factor will be important because I'm in day 56 in this kind of a problem. I kind of went over it a little bit more in depth, but when we dilate about the origin, two things happen. We'll call it the image. The image um, will be parallel for one. All right, so that means equal slope. And the other thing is the y-intercept is multiplied. That's the important part, by the scale factor. Okay. So if we come up here and we look at the equation they gave us, if we look at that equation, y equals 2x minus 4, I can tell that my slope is the coefficient on x, because it's in y equals mx plus b form. So I don't have to solve it at all. I can just look at that equation and say, oh, slope is 2. And the y-intercept is the constant at the end, including the sign. So the y-intercept is a negative 4. So when I'm going through my answer choices, I'm going to choose to focus in on this first part, that when we dilate a line about the origin, it needs to be parallel. It needs to have the same slope. And that's why answer choices A and B are fine. They have slopes of 2. That's what we're looking for. But I can already rule out answer choice C because that slope of 3 disagrees. It needs to be 2. And that's the same issue with answer choice D. Okay? So that's how I can rule those out. The other thing is now the y-intercept needs to change. My original y-intercept is going to get multiplied by the scale factor. So the new b value is going to be the old negative 4 times the scale factor, which is 3/2. And already logically, I can tell you that answer choice A is not correct because that has the same y-intercept. So since I've ruled out 3 questions, I know B must be my answer. But I'll humor you. I'll multiply that out on a calculator just to show you. And we should type it in just like we see it. Negative 4 parentheses to show multiplication, 3 divided by 2. Close it off, and you can see it's negative 6, which is exactly what we're looking for. If you weren't going to type it in that way, that's fine. Just type in the scale factor, enter it into the calculator, take that answer, and multiply it by your y-intercept, and you'll get that same response. All right, great.